Welcome, achievers, to another online lab. This is Mr. Aguirre coming to you from Porterville High School, Porterville, California. Today's lab is entitled Ocean Currents, and we're going to find out what happens with salt water. When we last did this experiment, activity 1, we saw that the surface currents are warm relative to the deep ocean currents. So the warm currents in the tropics make their way to the poles. Actually, we're reversed now. So this would be the tropics along the equator, and the warm water makes its way through the surface to the poles. It releases its heat and then sinks and then travels back to the poles where it's reheated, and you have a conveyor belt around the world. Today we're going to see what happens when you add salt to water. So we still have the hot water in here, and this is the NeoSci ocean activity model. We have the warm water here, about 40 degrees Celsius, maybe a little bit hotter. Over here we have the ice water, we have tap water in here. We're going to have a glass with tap water that has a lot of salt, and we've used red and blue food coloring to make it purple. We're going to mix it up a little bit more, make sure it's saturated, and we're going to see what happens when you put salt water into fresh water. I'm going to put some food coloring over here. So you can really tell that down here you have a very strong current. Now you got a very strong current here. So the salt water goes down because it's denser than the fresh water. It gets pushed over here where the cold water is. The cold water is already dense. The salt water makes it denser, and the salt water goes down. Now we have the green dye water here coming across, but it's actually going up, so it's staying in the top. So this is basically representing fresh water, and then this is representing salt water. Over here you have the original tap water that has not been contaminated by either the cold water or the salt, and it's staying pretty stable right there. You still have a little bit of current here, not as strong as it was before, but this is showing that in the world oceans, you have the warm water traveling on top of the surface, the cold water with salt underneath. And this is Mr. Aguirre with another online lab. Signing off.